Welcome everyone to today's call. This is David Liniado, CEO and founder here at iZigg in Atlanta, Georgia. It's March 1st. I'm excited to welcome everyone to our 7th edition of Mobile Social Delivered in our webinar series. I couldn't be more excited about today's call. We have a phenomenal guest that will be joining us, really diving into how communities are using iZigg and mobile to connect with all kinds of things. And we've talked week after week about how all different types of businesses, from Sonic to Andretti Karting to one of the largest computer and electronic stores right in New York City at 39th and 5th Avenue, how businesses across America and organizations are tapping into mobile to stay better connected to their audience and really drive people to action. And today's call will be joined by Jill Lagan, the CEO of Boulder City Chamber. We've got a very, very exciting call. And we'll touch on a number of things that Jill is using mobile for and how she's really tapped into the gateway of mobile, which is, of course, 90210 and iZigg, and how we've enabled organizations, big and small, to really use this powerful platform to connect. And before we jump in, I love to talk for a second for the folks that are new on today's call, just really how powerful this movement is. As we've seen the biggest company in the world to perhaps ever exist, Apple, reaching a $500 billion market cap this week, and really it's quite amazing. But the whole world has shifted to mobile, and we're going to hear shortly how it's not just the young folks anymore, as Jill was explaining to me. It really cuts across every single age group and demographic. Everybody is on their phone. That's where their eyes are. It's easy to execute. You can move it to action very quickly, anybody who's new to mobile, and it's happening now. I mean, it's what everybody is doing. And the most important thing that we talk about on this call every week is really return on investment. I mean, lots of organizations, whether you are in retail or restaurants or connecting businesses in your community and helping inform people, you're looking for effective marketing and a way to reach people that works. And, nothing works better than mobile, as we've seen through not only our words, but the stories of businesses throughout America, whether it was Ted Jenkins, who joined us from Oxygen Financial, talking about how his financial firm is really leveraging the power of mobile, or DataVision, or Chris Jordan from Wireless Joan, who joined us a few weeks ago, really how they're blowing the doors off new products and chargers and everything else through the power of the 90210 platform. But most importantly, when you look at texting versus whether it is email or social media, and there's all kinds of ways to put together your marketing strategy these days, texting is really, the one channel that gets everyone's attention, with 97% of text open. And, not only are they open, they're read. And, we've heard from Sonic, and, this week we've got Joe from Boulder City Chamber and Andretti. But, I know we've got some exciting stuff to cover. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce everyone on the call to Jill Lagan, the CEO of Boulder City Chamber, having spent her entire life there in Boulder City, right out of Las Vegas. And, Jill, it's just a pleasure to have you on the phone. It's a great honor to have you, and, so many exciting things that I've heard about what you've been able to do in that community, and certainly as you're leading the way into mobile. So maybe if you could start for the folks on the phone and just talk about how you guys think about the importance of connecting with people, and the importance of mobile as you look at your marketing strategy and your plans for 2012.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for having me. I really appreciate it, and thank you also for developing the 90210 program. I've just been so thrilled for this opportunity, and I was so grateful for Rio for inviting me to become part of this program so that we could use it as a tool to market and brand Boulder City. We're right here close to, it's about 30 minutes away from Las Vegas. We're often referred to as Las Vegas's backyard, so there's a backyard playground, and we have a lot of outdoor adventure here in Boulder, also home of Hoover Dam. And so because of those real key components, we have a lot to offer, and we also have, we need to look for great ways to reach out and share that message. And so by presenting us with the text opportunity, it was something we just grabbed onto right away and have seen such response, almost immediate response to this opportunity for not only our businesses to participate, but for more people to join on our specific account so that we can reach out to them and give them an instantaneous message. we're seeing more and more people eliminate their landlines, and for us to be able to market to some of these people, but still be able to capture some of their interest while using high-tech methods, we've really seen a huge amount of support for this program. I was sharing with Rio earlier that we had a mixer that we introduced this to, and at the mixer, at the event, we had close to 140 people there, and they were all very interested in just the ability to reach a target market so quickly. Not only that, but our fire chief happened to be there at that event, and he approached us, and he is now using us to put out his message when there's any type of emergency information that needs to be shared with the community. So he is now helping us market our 90210, and so he shares that not only with his own staff, but it has been discussed at city council meetings and is now actually become a very important tool for the city. We had a planned power outage a couple weeks ago that we were able to reach out to our community and let the people know, hey, look, your power is going to be out, especially our business community, so that they were aware of, this could be a potentially emergency type situation. And so we were able to reach out to them, share that information. Not only that, but of course, most of our reach is going to be, my job is to promote Boulder City. And so we are using the text opportunity and the high-tech technology that most people are very interested in to help promote our Boulder City app. It's a free app that we are able to put out there, both Android and Apple, and we are excited about it because we're using something super exciting, the iZigg program, to be able to share something that we all know is going to be very valuable in the future because everyone's on their cell phone.
Absolutely. Well, that is about 4 or 5 awesome stories all in one. So let me just make sure everybody heard some of those things. Maybe the first thing you could just reiterate for the folks is kind of the excitement that you shared at that meeting, just kind of the buzz of, it's funny, we take it for granted, but lots of people haven't ever seen a text program like 90210 in action. And maybe share, Jill, just the buzz that it created when you guys were doing the raffle at that first meeting. And I know one of the goals is to recruit new businesses into the chamber. Maybe talk about how the 90210 program was received from the business owners and the folks at that meeting.
So we've all attended meetings where mixers or other events where they do the traditional raffle. You walk in, you get a ticket, and at the end of the event, because you stayed, you're rewarded and you get to walk home with something free. So we eliminated that process this time. We didn't have those tickets at the door, and to be honest, that started the buzz right away. Hey, where's our tickets? So when we started sharing with them that we have something new, we're excited about it, and we'll share with you during the meeting, that already started the talk. Right there started everybody going, what's going on? So then when we brought Rio up and introduced him as a new member of the Chamber of Commerce, allowed him to talk about what iZigg is and how 90210 is really going to change many of their lives, or the potential to, especially their business marketing. As we shared how to do this, we literally had to have kind of an educational session. Many people had never understood, they went into their little address book and they maybe texted their friend or received a text and hit reply, but they never knew how to initiate a non-traditional sized phone number. And so when we said, yeah, just go to 90210 and then text a message, they were somewhat clueless. So we sat there and literally taught them in less than 5 minutes how to do this. We would actually physically pick up someone's phone and show them if they didn't understand. We had a group at one table that were, we call it the Wise Old Owl table, that there were 5 gentlemen that were there. In fact, our past mayor was one of them, that I didn't even know they had cell phones. So they pull out their cell phones, we taught them how to text, and they were absolutely in love with this and now get so excited when they receive one of our messages. I generally get an email or a text right back from them that says, that was so fun, do it again, do it again. So we have a lot of enthusiasm just generated from the ability to use their phone. They now have they're educated, they know how to use it. They know what that means when they see those signs in the different businesses that say, hey, text this message to 90210 and you'll receive great information. So at that event, we also use it as a raffle. We had everybody text in "damn raffle," and as soon as they did, almost instantaneously, there were winners all over the room. They were so excited about this, and I was so enthused that the program worked, because it was the first time I saw it myself, that we were really able to generate a lot of enthusiasm that night, so much so that the buzz happened for a couple days after. Hey, the Chamber's really, they've got their act together, they're looking at new technology, they're finding great ways to communicate. And I think that from that energy, we actually signed up 2 new members that night. So I can see this used as such a great tool, not only for us to share our message, but for our business owners to see that, hey, this is an effective form of marketing.
That's awesome, Jill. That's such a great story, and it's so cool how you shared that some of the folks, like the fire chief, was so excited about it, they've actually even sent out messages. Maybe share just that the traffic incident that you mentioned to me earlier, and about how they're thinking about using this not only for the chamber, but adopting a program that you sort of introduced to them.
We wanted to let them know that we wanted to be instrumental in making sure that the community was informed. Of course, it was also somewhat self-serving, because then I knew that if they were out advertising this information and getting more people to sign up on my 90210 program, that I would have larger numbers that I could then access for just tourism-based information or event-based information. So I loved having them kind of do my work and my marketing for me by taking this information to the city council, sharing with the mayor, and just on our public television station, letting everybody know that this was going to be the way that our public safety officers, both police and fire, would be notifying people of special emergencies or things that are coming up. Here in Boulder City, we have kind of a one-way in, one-way out situation, and so by having any kind of congestion or problem that happens on that road, it really slows down traffic. And so our fire chief used our system to notify the residents that had signed up to let them know that there was a traffic situation. And it was very valuable so that those people didn't waste a lot of time and cause more congestion by piling up behind. They knew that it was going to be a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes before the roads were opened. We also had our city manager contact us and say, look, like here's this power outage happening. So that really saved some of our businesses. They were aware of it. They were knew in advance the situation was going to happen. So our city staff is very much appreciative of this and doing a lot of our work for us and getting the message out about being part of the 90210.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's a great segue, Jill, into how to get the word out about the program. And clearly, the bigger the list is, the bigger the audience. You can talk to more people. So, I'm showing the folks this beautiful. I know this is the, you've got the large poster, which is, huge, that you guys have printed up. And I think you guys did a phenomenal job of literally showing people how they do it on their phone. And, maybe talk about, I know you mentioned a couple of things to me, the Nevada magazine and how you're really integrating the 90210 into all of your marketing. And, maybe talk about your 2012 marketing plans and how you've really integrated the 90210 into all those pieces and even new pieces.
So I could see the value of it, and I knew that the few people I had spoken to, the several board members that I was working with, we all could see the value of it. But then once we had that mixer and saw the energy generated from it, it was an easy sell for me to get my board to buy into the fact that we really need to use this as our main campaign for the year. So we went at it full bore. We are changing all of our advertising with many of our local, our annual producers, which Nevada Magazine happens to be one of them. It's the State Tourism Magazine, and so we're sending our message out to learn more about Boulder City. Many of our the people who have bought into this concept and who are on our list are those that are all over the state of Nevada that just want to know what's happening as far as special events that go on in southern Nevada, and so we're able to share that information. And so Nevada Magazine was key and essential for us to get that message out. We are doing the same with our local magazine. It's called Boulder City Magazine. That's the ad I think that you're actually looking at. That particular one has been very successful, number one, because most people are visual. They needed to be able to witness and actually see what their phone should look like when they do this program. And you kind of get excited when you can see how simple it is. They're all doing it because it is so easy, and they want to stay informed. They also know that I've sent a promise to them that says, I will not be wasting your time. I will not be sending you frivolous garbage. You're going to get really important information that is either going to be safety concerns or event-oriented if you're on that particular list. And then we have been using the opportunity for some of our special events. We produced several shows, and one of them is a craft and car show. We have sent out information to those vendors that are coming in to sign up on one of our 90210 programs and to text in for Spring Jamboree. When they do so, we are going to provide them with information about the event. Maybe it's setup information. Maybe it's, hey, our count at this point in time of the day is such and such. Maybe, hey, vendors, everybody bring your phone and show them that you have 902 window and get a free beer at the beer booth. Something along those lines, so we can encourage them to stay in contact with us, and then we have an instantaneous way to make sure they're all well informed. And those vendors, the two that I have actually spoken to just this morning about the program, were so impressed that we wanted to make sure that they were included. We had instantaneous buy-in because they were grateful that we cared. And so not only is this really getting our message out, which has been great, but we actually have people who think that this is one way for us to make sure that they are valued. And so this is working, full circle in so many different aspects. Not only is it great marketing, but it's also making sure that we are giving great customer service.
That's great, Jill. And I love how you're using the platform to its fullest and creating different groups so you can send one message to one target group and another message to another group. You really, this is phenomenal information for everybody. Each week we talk about a benefit of the platform, and one of the benefits we talk about is truly the gateway to mobile, because the easiest thing to do is to get someone to text in that keyword once they understand it. But at that point, you've captured their mobile number, and you can connect them to other things. And one thing we're going to focus on this week that you can help share with us is the ability to drive people from a text message to an app. And, we've talked on previous calls about driving people to a YouTube video or other things, but I think it's so cool that you guys have included right into your welcome message a link to your free app. The app does so many things, and people say, well, you can only do so much in a text message. And what I say back is, well, you can do the most important thing. You can connect people, and then once you have their information, you can drive them to all the different actions. So maybe touch on that for a second, Jill, just how you guys really are leading edge in terms of mobile and how you've used the 90210 platform really as your gateway into all of your other stuff.
I wish I could quote to you the statistics that I had read in the Consumer Report magazine that talked about the huge number of people who are going to be using mobile as their main source of communication. Like I said, many people are getting rid of their landlines. Many people are not carrying around their laptops anymore because we can do so much from our smartphones. And so we know that that is a really good option for us to target. I was very concerned when I was starting to price out and research how expensive it was to have an app developed. I was very grateful to find out that the Chamber software program that we were working with, the company that designed our software, was also willing to design a free app for us. So we really took advantage of that. And I said, if we're not paying for the design and production of an app, then we have the funds to really promote this. And so iZigg just kind of fell right into place for us to be able to get the word out. It's kind of a fun technology. You're using your smartphone to promote your coupons and to promote your apps, and now we're able to use texting to do those same things and promote those two new products that we have. So that Boulder City app has become very important to us to be able to allow people to quickly get to mobile information. It's not a full website. It is just a mobile app, and so they can bounce all around. They don't have to do the member stuff if they don't want to, but they can also access it that way. So our membership is able to use the app and use iZigg to kind of stay in touch with that in the 90210 process. And then also our new people who are tourists and guests that are coming into the area, they can access it. So for us, it has been a great spin on technology. We're compounding the ability that we have to stay in touch with people in a very user-friendly, very quick message. Like you had said, that you can't get a whole lot in texting as far as the message you want to share, but you don't get a whole lot in tweeting. And look at all the people who are tweeting on a daily basis. They're sharing a lot of information. And so I really believe in the system that I don't want to inundate them with a ton of stuff to read. I just want to entice them and intrigue them to check out my app, to check out our website, to check out the coupons and things that we are driving them to also. Those are the important things that create value in being a member of the Boulder City Chamber, and also make sure that our guests realize what Boulder City has to offer.
Awesome, Jill. Well, on behalf of iZigg and the whole organization, we really, really thank you for this partnership and certainly for being on the call today. This has been invaluable information as we've got agents and prospective clients and existing clients throughout the country that have joined us today. So again, thank you so much, Jill, for joining us today on our Mobile Social Delivered call.
Thank you so much. It was my honor.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. So just in closing, we always touch on this is the simplest way to get started in mobile. You just personalize it. You set it up with your keyword like Boulder City. You promote it as you've seen Jill do so fantastic through all of her marketing, and then you hit play and send out all kinds of different messages and reach your audience. And again, it cuts through all markets as we've seen on this call each week. And it's so easy to share. I mean, whether you're at a meeting or you're talking to a friend, it's so easy to just create that initial excitement and introduction. And whether people are looking to use just the iZigg product or they're looking to share this opportunity, we've got a platform that really meets everybody at their needs and allows people to move to action very quickly. And as you guys have seen, it's really a partnership here at iZigg. And as you can tell in the voices of the people that are on this call every week, they're so engaged in the product and so excited about it. So with that, I'll conclude by just sharing we just had a phenomenal event here in Atlanta, Georgia, the first ever mobile social delivered seminar. It was a phenomenal success. And just in a few short weeks, we will be seeing everybody at the Crush It XL, March 23rd to the 25th. We just announced today at the Gaylord Texan Hotel and Convention Center, which if you haven't been there, is just a phenomenal property. We will literally be having a life-changing event, really diving deep into the product on how you can use it, how you can build your iZigg business, and sharing some exclusive content, diving into the M-Social Fan Club product that integrates with Facebook, and lots of new exciting announcements that Facebook just came out with yesterday with the new business page and how they're integrating timelines. So lots of things that iZigg will be sharing and some new product announcements that no one's ever heard before. So with that, I'll conclude today's call. Again, thank you so much, Joe Lagan, CEO of Boulder City Chamber, and thank you guys all for joining us on today's Mobile Social Delivered. I'm Dave Liniado, CEO here at iZigg. Thanks. This call is now adjourned.